doubles and coffee. Yesterday as I watched Parliament, I realized that the word merit has been lost from Trinidad and Tobago. As I watched the Parliament yesterday, the PNM debating and bringing the nomination for a Commissioner of Police acting, I said to myself that the watchwords of our country, 2 out of the 3, no more had any meaning. They meant absolutely nothing in the society. Discipline and production. As I saw the consummation of a dastardly plan of one arrogant individual, as nothing stood more important than his desires of who he liked or who he could trust or who he could control, take precedence over our constitution, our people, our human beings, our priorities, our culture. This jersey that I've worn for so many years to represent Trinidad and Tobago, to put merit at the front, hard work, discipline, productivity, torturous pain, training, discipline, diet, competition, stress levels at the highest level, to fly the flag, that I've taught all of my athletes day in, day out, 7 hours a day. All of that went out the window yesterday in the Parliament as Keith Christopher Rowley stamped on Trinidad and Tobago the label of K-Pax liquors. No merit. Hard work, intelligence, brilliance is irrelevant. Yesterday was the consummation of his dastardly plan that began over a 1.5 years ago because he lost confidence or he did not like Gary Griffith. Now remember, this is not about Gary Griffith or any personality. I disagree with Gary Griffith in many things. Some of you all might disagree and don't like me. That's not the point. You can't say that I am not the best swimming coach in the Caribbean, and competitive in the entire Western Hemisphere, including USA and Canada, because the track record is there with no facilities, no investment, no money. I have produced athletes, production through discipline. Gary Griffith, whether you like him or not, topped the merit list. The list is called merit list. Why? Because you have to merit the job. You have to perform. You have to be good. You have to be useful. It's important. It's critical. You have to keep people safe. That's why they call it a merit list. But Keith Rowley and other high office holders have turned that word merit into a useless word in Trinidad and Tobago. Just like they turned scholarships into bursaries. Just like they promoted the cabinet, the biggest level, highest level of incompetence ever seen, while intelligent people are just left by the wayside. Ask Dr. Terence Farrell, ask Denise Deming, ask any intelligent human being who tried to serve under Rowley. They all had to resign, but they did not have the discipline and the strength to stand up to the oppressor. And yesterday he consummated his dastardly plot, involving also the President of the Republic. Now keep in mind that Keith Rowley not only confessed to interfacing, interfering, intervening and misbehaving for an entire year to try and impact the merit list and the appointment of the independent Commissioner of Police, but Paula May Weeks, the President, also admitted that the list arrived. Rowley admitted with Kamal Georges that he was the one, nobody else. He is the official that went there and he could go there and do what he wants. But the merit list was removed, allowed to be withdrawn by the President. So merit didn't matter. Rowley turned a lady who, through her merit, through her hard work, through her discipline, deserved to be the President. But Rowley's interference and interaction with her caused a lady of brilliance, a former Court of Appeal justice, a lawyer, a scholar, a constitutional guru, to breach the Constitution openly and overtly, and then influence others. The chairman of the former Police Service Commission, Blissy Prasad, and then forced other great citizens who had, through merit, risen to the top of their professions in our country, brilliant minds, forced them to do nonsense, to breach the Constitution, to go against the principle of merit What are we to teach our children now? Because we teach them every day. You're in tennis, work hard in the class, listen to the coach, do the warm-up, do the drills, be the best, get your praise, give them 5, give them encouragement, go and study. You want to be the best in class, go and study, do your work. We teach them that. But yesterday the entire country was taught that that does not matter. That what matters more is an oppressor deciding whether he wants you in a work or not. So to all those independent, brilliant minds, you have no hope. There's no pathway to success in Trinidad under the PNM. That's what we saw yesterday. A dastardly plot. It didn't just stop there. It involved the Speaker of the House jumping up at every moment to prevent the population from hearing the truth, the facts, and calling standing orders as tightly as she possibly could, even tighter than they even existed. Denying links, denying relevance, when the entire notice was brought about through certain facts and events that took place to thwart our democracy, carry us down the road of oppression and dictatorship. So what do we say now? When the office of the Prime Minister, the office of President, the office of independent senators, the Speaker, the President of the Senate, who do our children look at to say? The former Court of Appeal judges, High Court judges. So merit does not matter. And for people to accept positions, we're seeing people accepting honorary doctorates, having failed in the COVID-19 pandemic fight. Accepting honorary doctorates and national awards because the PNM like you. It's not about who like who. You don't have to like me. You have to understand that when I'm doing a job, I do it to the best of my ability and I am the most qualified so to do. End of story. Whether you find my mouth big, my face ugly, I'm fat, and my color wrong, it is irrelevant. Merit is performance, it's discipline, it's production. Our country took a dark dive into the depths of despair yesterday. That ROWLEY has taken us to a point that it is more important to impress him than to be good, than to be bright, than to be disciplined, than to produce, than to do a good job. A merit list. Merit was thwarted. And think about people who accept. Now, in my whole sporting career, I could never accept something that I didn't win. In fact, on many occasions, when I did not win and the results were wrong, I corrected it before the officials. Brian Charles Lara, we love him because he didn't need to see an umpire's finger because he knew if he was out, the bowler had merited his wicket and he walked, he never waited. We have gone away from that. That used to be us. Look where Keith Christopher Rowley and the PNM have taken us yesterday. Whether we like it or not, Gary Griffith topped the merit list of independent people. And people had to break the law, break the constitution, breach the constitution, play games, play politics to eliminate a citizen from having a job that he or she earned. This is not a good place to be. Yesterday, Independent Senator Vera, Independent Senator Paul Richards, yesterday was the darkest day in the history of the Parliament. Darker than Emailgate. Emailgate was dastardly one man lying. But what yesterday has done is stamped on Trinidad and Tobago the label of merit does not matter, hard work doesn't matter, discipline doesn't matter, performance doesn't matter. We celebrate mediocrity. Yesterday proved that mediocrity, mediocre performance, mediocre ability, mediocre intelligence can ascend to the heights and get support of all those in charge across the board, across the institution. We are now institutional goats because of ROWLEY. It's not funny. It's sad. Very sad. Bless.